love it.
I think
at least it's coherent.
I ain't gonna lie. I respect
Hail, Tom.
what's it called?
I respect it.
Wolverine.
I respect it.
As a parent,
100%.
why did they tell that to the world?
Because they literally just met essentially God. And
Why
God just
would you
told them
make
that
a
they
martyr
was
out of
going
your
to erase
child?
Look,
I don't
I'll
care.
Tom on that.
Your job as a parent is to protect your child. That fuck coming anyway.
Yeah, but
It's supposed to be the smartest
How
man in the
fun.
world.
For the smartest man in the world, he's pretty fucking stupid. And not only that, let's talk about moving the Earth without the fucking moon. He's got to find a place where there's not only a sun that's exact distance within a 2% margin of error. This is what he says the whole time, forgetting about the moon. Just all of a sudden, when he plops this fucking thing in the other place, there's automatically a moon there. At no point did they build any thing on the moon to transport the moon with it. And let me tell you, once we show up someplace without the moon, we're dead. We're gone. We're fucked.
That's not totally true, Tom. We would. So
yes, we are. The tides would rise and everything would be all fucked up.
So that's not.
There would be some changes with the tides, yeah, for sure. And there'd be a little bit with our orbit that would change, but
he doesn't move the moon.
No, he says
that's true. There's no plan to move the moon.
He says we can find a place within a 2% margin of error.
That is 2% exactly. So he found another place in another solar system that could mimic the exact things they need for the Earth to exist. That's like what they said in the movie.
But
like,
he thinks Galactus is never going to find them.
That's not the point. The point is not that Galactus will never find them.
No, that's exactly the point. That's what he says. We are going to transport the Earth. Let me finish. He says these exact words. We are going to transport the Earth to someplace Galactus will never find us.
Stop yelling. Breathe.
I can yell all I want.
He wants to teleport the Earth so even if Galactus can find them, that gives them more time. That's the point.
That is not what he said.
But
that is not what he said. He said so Galactus never finds us.
At least it's a better movie than Superman.
The chat is with you, Tom. Tom, the chat is with you.
People were bamboozled by one of the shittiest Marvel movies we've ever gotten. This is mediocre garbage.
I respect
I'm not disagreeing with you, Tom. I think if I was to give this movie a rating out of 10,
Superman has a weak plot, but you know what it also has in
Superman
spades?
gets a 4.
Entertainment.
And it's at least Superman. I don't care what anybody says about the Justice Gang.
Superman's plot. But Superman's plot is just as paper thin. I agree with that. But Superman is at least a fun ride. Superman is basically just a day in the life of Superman.
Well,
that's what they should have called the fucking movie. A Day in the Life of Superman. That would have been a fucking much better
I didn't even
title.
get into look, guys. I didn't even get into how they have to expect that Thanos. Jesus Christ. The Galactus is going to get off the goddamn ship on top of it all, right? Instead of sending the Silver Surfer to go get the fucking baby, which he does.
Well,
they don't even think of that.
Gets off the ship, Tom, because the Human Torch convinces Shala Ball to abandon the mission. That's why she's not there. So that's
what is her mission? I mean,
that's predicated on him being able to convince
her mission. Her mission is to get Franklin Richards.
Yeah,
so the mission, her mission.
Well, her actual.
She a silver light.
Her actual mission is to find planets for him to eat.
Yes, that's her. That's the Silver Surfer's mission.
And he was all like,
she became the Silver Surfer because he came to her planet. It's the same as Norrin Rad.
Is she Norrin Rad? Is she?
It's basically gender swapped Norrin Rad. It is.
Wait. That's not 100% clear.
Not at all.
The reason that Norrin Rad became because
he did it to save his planet, just like she did.
They were going with the mother. The whole angle there, and this is why this little stealth MCU is because it's two mothers taking down Galactus because she became the Silver Surfer to save her daughter, and then she feels it with Sue because she's fighting to protect her child, and that's why she betrays him.
She saved Johnny's ass, man. Like Johnny was
an MCU shit, man.
The rise
wasn't as in your face as the past shit.
The Rise of the Silver Surfer is a better movie than this movie.
Well, no. Hell no.
It's the same fucking movie.
Not even.
I hate
sort of
Dr.
the
Doom,
same
man.
movie. I'm going to agree with Tom.
No, this movie.
It has the same story beats, the same shit. Yes.
The reason why Tom's getting so angry about this is because people are saying that it's better than Superman. And I do think that it is better than Superman. But it's not much better than Superman. Superman was a 4 out of 10. This is a 5 out of 10 at best.
Yep.
Like, they were both meh movies. Just meh. That's all they were. When it comes down to it, the only reason why people are essentially giving any of these movies any kind of praise is because of the amount of shit that we've gotten over the last decade that actually makes these movies not too bad. They're just meh at the end of the
Hold on,
day.
Rhino, breaking news.
They are both shit.
Rhino, hold on, breaking news.
Now get out of here.
$100. The ad said 3,000.
I missed the part where that's my problem. Hey, what the hell?
I need that money.
Nolan! 99 says, go Tom.
I try.
No, you made good arguments. You were just
Well,
yelling.
I will say this to
still have
the
more,
bit about
actually.
again. I have not seen this movie, so I mean I'm speaking out of complete ignorance. But she sounds like Norman Rad, like the whole.
Yeah,
the
it's
whole,
basically
It
it.
is.
Yeah,
like it.
Basically,
That's
100%.
It's
her being a
gender
mother
swap
doesn't
Norman
is the
Rad.
same. It's essentially the same thing. Is it like he did it to save his planet, his family? Like it's the same shit. The same.
That's
it's
what I
the
was
same
saying,
shit.
Eric, and that's why I said it would make more
But
sense to me.
I also don't know. But Norman Rad's memories were erased. I don't know if her memories were erased or not. Did she
I don't think
always
it is.
remember her kids?
No, she remembers it. It's clear.
Okay.
I actually think the way Sue Storm talks down Norman Rad in The Rise of Silver Surfer is way better, and the motivations of Norman Rad after that moment are way better than the way that they portrayed them in this movie in regards to the way Johnny tries to get through to her. I don't think that it's necessarily the worst way of going about it. I just think that and also too, let me just point this out in regards to something you said before. Everybody was complaining about the pacing of Superman. It was too fast. It was too fast. Hang on. And maybe not you. There was a lot of people complaining about the pacing of Superman. And now we slow it down a little bit in regards to the Fantastic Four, and it's too slow. Like, I don't know where the happy medium is when it comes to making fans happy in regards to what they actually want to see. At the end of the day, I think it's just as simple as something like with what everybody's been saying about Blade. All you need to do is make a vampire that kills other vampires. And it's so simple. And when it comes down to these comic book kind of movies, it's so simple, and they keep trying to complicate it, and it either goes too fast or it goes too slow. How about you just do it the way you did it with the first first 3 parts of the MCU, where you actually paced it out and you gave characters time to develop and give them something. This, I will say, in regards to Fantastic Four, and probably the same with Superman, everything happened too quick. You're introducing people too quickly. You're giving them motivations too quickly. How about you just, and I know that we don't necessarily want the origin stories of every character again and again and again, and you don't need to do that. And these 2 movies are evidence that you don't necessarily need to do that, because most people aren't necessarily giving them shit. They're not necessarily giving them praise. They're just saying you're nearly there, but it's not good enough. That's where it's at right now.
I will
But also,
agree
you got to remember too, man. And I know, like, Flash Daddy's not a big Fantastic Four fan, right?
You taking a
The
shot
book,
with
the book itself, the Fantastic Four has always played more like a sci-fi book than a superhero book. I mean, yeah, they did superhero shit.
That's fair. That's fair.
For sure.
Yeah, no, that's
but
fair.
they were more
That's
of
for
it's more of a sci-fi book. It's very
Sci-fi
heady,
soap
man.
opera.
If you
I
look
got
at,
a lot
like,
of
the old,
sci-fi
like, Jack-
vibes
the
from
old
the
Jack
movie,
Kirby stuff,
for
man.
sure.
It's a very heady book. So Fantastic Four is always going to be a weird one for the screen. It's always going to be a little weird because it's not exactly a superhero team.
Cheers, Nolan.
You know what I mean?
I already had it.
Yeah,
So
That's what I liked about it, though.
That's 100%.
That's what I liked about it. Is
I
that
do
it
think
was
it's a
more of
mistake
movie
that
about
you
scientists.
introduce and get rid of Galactus in one movie. I think that's retarded.
Well, he's not dead.
Well, he's probably not
He's
dead,
not
right?
dead, to be
Don't worry.
fair.
Well, I mean, it's the same
dead.
shit.
Yeah,
You put
but
him,
he should
in a
be-
fucking in a like portal or some shit. It's the same shit. You eliminated him as a threat in one, introduced and eliminated someone as
threat in one
massive as
movie.
Galactus in one movie. I think that's
I agree with
retarded.
Eric because now what you've
I
done is
agree
you
with
took
that.
somebody who
No, you
could
know
have
what?
been
Normally, I
a
agree with that,
Thanos
but
That-
since
level.
they're
that
gonna
should've
set
been next
everything
Thanos,
anyway,
hands
it's kinda
down.
like it almost
Hands
doesn't
That's what I was
down.
gonna say. Yeah, he should be your
This
next
is the
Thanos
problem
level.
with that.
No idea what I'm saying.
This is the problem with that. The whole idea of this
'cause I
is
tried to
basically
talk.
to go into Doomsday. So now we're going Doom. You're basically introducing some of the best villains ever in the MCU.
So
or
hold
in
on a second.
Marvel.
That's not
and
anything
you're-
new. That's
and
been
you're-
happening. That's been happening for the entire
Well,
MCU, where
and
they
I-
waste
I
shit.
guess
Not only
the only-
with just villains, but they also will bring that actor in and waste him. They did
guess
that
the
with
other thing too,
Mads
Eric-
Mikkelsen. Completely wasted that actor on doing it with that.
Oh,
Was he in Doctor Strange #1?
Yeah, he was at.
Yeah.
Yes.
The only thing
That guy
Eric
should have
did-
been Doctor Doom. I don't know
Yes.
what.
I agree.
I've said that too. And if you're
How
going
do
to bring
you
back
not do
anybody,
that? You wouldn't
do
even have to
that.
show his face, so nobody would even know
Yeah.
it's him.
The
Well-
only thing that I will say
What
is
a
that
waste.
they didn't eliminate. They didn't eliminate Galactus. They just put him.
Yeah, but
they-
he's no longer.
Far
Well,
end of the-
what I mean, and again,
Eric's
that's on me.
100% right.
Yeah, what I'm more so mentioning is that you basically introduce and eliminate someone as massive as Galactus in
Galactus,
one
I
movie. I think that's a stupid move.
He was taken out by 4 superheroes.
This is where Superman made the mistake in regards to introducing so many new characters into the DC, almost like an Avengers style thing as their first movie, as opposed to just doing a Superman
I
thing.
mean, in
That's
Defense
where
of
the
Fantastic Four,
similarities
though,
lie
even in
between
the
these
comics, the four of
things.
them beat Galactus quite often. So like,
They do
Not
in
that
Dinion, but
different.
what Eric is saying, and I agree 110%, because this is kind of what I was getting at too, is you had somebody that you should have been building up to in the next films. And I agree, like, what this
yeah,
movie
but the
should have
point
been.
of the movie is to make everyone understand why Franklin's so important.
You've also got to remember this is a different Earth. This is a
And you also
different
got to
Earth.
realize
I
that
think,
what we're
and I
heading
always
towards.
thought that was a shit argument. This whole
can I finish?
different.
Well, here's the
please?
thing, though, right?
Yeah, I
Think about
agree
it.
with you.
Think about it. Think about it.
Can I,
We're heading towards, by the time this movie gets introduced, right? We're heading towards Secret Wars, Doomsday, whatever the fuck, and then like a soft reboot happens, I guess.
Yeah, he's
So,
and Demian
they're
sends me
coming-
this video of what these are going to be out, and I've told him what it's going to be about in every live stream.
I'm just saying,
It's all about that
the whole point of the movie
Doomsday
is to show Franklin.
Secret Wars run where they moved Miles over with incursions.
Yeah, but apparently
and,
Miles won't be in these
Doomsday
movies.
Battle World. He's not going to be in this.
Because Kevin
But
Feige
that's what
said
that
recently
run
that
was.
They're not allowed
That
to
ent-
use Miles apparently or some
That
shit.
entire run existed to move Miles Morales to
No,
the
I know,
main Marvel
understand that, but
universe.
but Kevin Feige was asked that recently. He said apparently like Sony won't let them use Miles in live
Good.
action because I guess they want to, I don't know, keep him for the Spider-Verse movies or something. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
keep Sony
whatever.
keep doing those Spider-Verse cartoon movies, and they'll end up making him more popular than Peter Parker over time. Just
Yeah,
don't
but
let
that's what they're
Marvel
doing,
touch
so
it.
I don't know. But I said like the whole point of the movie
Marvel
is
just
like,
fuck it up,
we
make him
needed a
gay or
reason to make
something.
Franklin important because he's obviously going to be very integral. As I mean, can we talk about the post-credit scene? It's not very long. It's pretty
can I
obvious what
finish
happens.
saying what I was going to say before? Or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, because I was saying, yes, Eric's right. That's the problem with introducing Galactus in this level, because now he's no longer a Thanos level threat. You saw 4 superheroes take him out already. Yes, I know that they've taken him out in the comics, but now it's
took him out.
pointless.
One took
Now
him
it's
out.
fucking pointless to get an Avenger team together to go after him, because we already know all you need is 4 superheroes. He's done.
Yeah, but
Right,
the thing is again is that they don't defeat him. They just
Yeah,
delay
but
him.
it's enough to where he's not that big of a fucking threat, right? Like, he's not in a situation where you need to get all the goddamn Avengers together to fight him. And this is what I was trying to say earlier, is like, I agree, like, unlike the Superman movie where, like you said, YellowFlash, it should have been a day in the life or a week in the life of. That's what this movie should have been. We didn't need a fucking Galactus level threat.
I agree. That
should have
with.
come in at the
I
fucking
said
end.
that when I first saw who was going to be the main villain and all that shit.
That's why you could
Because
tell
I'll
how
be
desperate
honest
they
with
were.
you, it's kind of setting up the same thing with Doctor Doom here, because I guarantee you, I'm willing to bet a pizza to anyone on this panel that Doom wants that fucking baby too. So here we are again
yeah,
at
no
the
shit.
same fucking story.
Takes him
that
at
we
the end of
just
the movie, Tom.
had.
And he literally kidnaps the kid. Like
I
pretty
know,
much
but
died.
no, he didn't take him. He's just sitting there.
What do you
didn't
think
see what he did.
happens?
We
Who's
don't
gonna
know
take the
yet.
kid?
We don't know that yet.
Well, then what other reason would the Fantastic Four need to go to the other Earth then?
He's touching his face. So he's
because if they need to hide from that,
he's changing his face.
Doom, they will get the idea. Oh, well, we won't transport Earth. We'll just transport ourselves to another place where Doom can't find us. Doom will show up in that world, and all of a sudden he will look like Robert Downey Jr. You are thinking from a comic book point of view. You're not thinking from the Kevin Feige point of view.
Listen, let me talk for a second, okay? In Thunderbolts,
I've been letting you talk.
Thunderbolts at the end, there's a scene where you see the Excelsior, that's the name of their ship, coming into Earth's orbit, right?
Guess what?
You see the Fantastic Four symbol.
That's not the Excelsior coming into Earth's orbit at the end of Thunderbolts. That was already confirmed.
Anyway, basically,
because it's a different ship. It's not the Excelsior.
Okay, well, anyway, it's pretty obvious that Doom is probably going to steal Franklin Richards to use him to restart the universe.
I don't know if he is. I think that he's just there to help for Franklin to change his face to look like Tony Stark. That's why he's touching his face.
I don't think Doom would just leave a literal god baby that like could fix all his problems.
Well, maybe not. He might bring him to our like what is it?
Again, we're just hypothesizing. No one actually knows.
Oh, yeah,
did you watch Fantastic Four or Superman? Eric?
Me? No, I haven't watched.
I sent them to you.
Yeah, no, I saw you sent them to me. I actually didn't see it until today that you sent it to me, or this morning. But yeah, I already know I'm not gonna be into it.
You might like Fantastic Four, and actually, Superman. Of all the shit that Superman's getting, there is one great thing that I'll give both movies, is both Superman and Fantastic Four are unapologetically comic book movies. They're not ashamed to be comic book movies.
The best world looking, like the best looking world in a long time.
But it's very much a comic book movie. Like there's a few things I liked about the movie. Like one, like there was a scene where they were talking before Franklin was born, and Reed's like talking about how he did something to maximize crime, like crime reduction, and he was talking about all of these people they were arresting. He's like, I got that red ghost. Like he was doing, it was like a cheesy kind of Adam Westy tone to the way he was saying it. And I really liked it. That like scene was probably like weirdly one of my.
I still think the scene, like the whole interstellar like space scene, is like that scene's incredible. When like Shalabal is like surfing on the surfboard, like through the wormhole, and they're trying to shoot her, but like the way the like light bends because they're going through the wormhole, and they thought about that, and they're going towards like the big black hole. And my favorite character in the movie, though, personally, is the Thing. I just love the way he's portrayed. Like, sure, he doesn't like have a lot to do technically near the end, but the whole like that whole scene when they're escaping Galactus, just the way the Thing is like so fearless, the way Ben acts and stuff, and the way he is with like the kids too, like earlier on the movie and stuff. I thought they nailed him like so well. Like obviously the most miscast character is Mr. Fantastic, obviously, yeah. But everyone else was great. And I love how Johnny wasn't.
I kind of agree. I kind of agree with you on the Thing.
Johnny and Ben
was good, and Ben. Yeah, I was about to say both Human Torch and.
No, I wish that they would have shown a little bit more of the Thing's depression. They showed it kind of in one scene with the TV. He's watching an interview.
He gets the shaft.
And he sees what he used to look like.
With the movie.
And then the TV goes out, and he sees the reflection of his ugly,
the biggest problem with the
rocky
movie is
self.
the fact that like most of these superhero movies that I watch these days, I mostly can't wait for them to be over because they're pretty bad. This was like one of the only ones where I watched where I was like, you know what, I would have been fine with an extra.
Not me.
Like,
I feel
minutes.
like right when it ended, I felt like it was just wearing out its welcome.
Okay, well,
am I the only one who's going to acknowledge that this movie is basically Rise of the Silver Surfer with tits and a baby? Seriously.
No, because they didn't even really
dude.
touch on the Silver Surfer.
Totally is.
They didn't even.
Totally
not at all.
I don't even know why the Silver Surfer.
When was the last time you guys watched Rise of the Silver Surfer? Because I just watched it the other night, and I had deja vu.
I don't really know anything about the Silver Surfer from watching this movie.
Exactly.
I don't know anything of what.
Okay, I haven't talked for 20 minutes. God forbid I say something.
Like,
I'm refuting your point, but I agree with you. The movie is not that great, Tom.
I didn't even get to finish my point.
But you're wrong. It's not Rise of the Silver
Yes,
Surfer.
it is. There's down.
We
to
don't
even
learn
fucking
anything
straight-up
about the
scenes.
Silver Surfer.
No, I know, but watch the fucking movie. I'm talking about Rise of the Silver Surfer, the fucking movie. All right? There's even scenes that are exactly the fucking same. And I get it. They're coming from the same source material, but you're talking like it's the same movie. The only difference is it's a gender-swapped fucking Silver Surfer, and everybody's giving that a fucking pass.
And no goofy-ass Dr. Doom. Right?
Well, by the way, that Dr. Doom.
There is no Dr. Doom.
There was no goofy-ass
wait.
Dr. Doom like there was in
But
Rise
I
of
can
the
tell
Silver
you, that the Doctor Doom in that movie is the Doctor Doom from Doomsday, because if you notice when they had the UN meeting,
the Latveria stuff,
Latveria was there, but the seat was empty.
Yeah.
So that Doctor Doom is the Doctor Doom that rules that country.
And I also want to refute Tom's point in regards to the fact that he's saying we're fine with the female. I'm not fine with the female Silver Surfer.
Yeah, I don't like the female Silver Surfer.
I think that this movie is structurally a better movie than the Superman movie. It is.
I agree.
Easier
I disagree.
Hang on. It is.
That third act is a
easier
mess.
to follow. It is easier to follow Fantastic Four as a structured plot than it is the Superman movie. There's also the fact that Jor-El in the Superman movie is a fucked up weirdo piece of shit, Lord Destruction, just hard, right? Whereas you don't.
Wait, why is Jor-El so bad? Like, if I had a superpowered
Yeah,
son,
I don't think that's that much different than what they did. Any other recent Superman shit.
if I had a superpowered son and I was sending him to a world where he could rule over everybody, I would tell him to take over the world
That's not
too.
who Jor-El was. That's
Yeah, well, you know who I didn't see in here? Anybody who was their fucking character but
That's
Ben
God.
Grimm. That was the only person who was their character. How in the fucking world would Johnny Storm translate a goddamn alien language?
I think
He
that was
wouldn't.
stupid.
He
No, no, no,
wouldn't.
I have
And let me
worse
finish.
things,
Let me
though.
finish. Let me fucking finish. It would make more sense to have Sue learn the language since she's a mother now, than have her talk to the fucking Silver Surfer. Then they'd actually have an excuse for her to be a woman. Right? Because at that point, you could have a mother-to-mother conversation, and you understand the whole idea that she sacrificed all this shit. Because I'm sorry, the way Johnny confronts her comes off as a scorned boyfriend. And at that point, I'm like, you don't think that she hasn't stopped to think of what she has had to do to sacrifice for her world? You're not telling her anything she hasn't thought of.
Let me ask y'all
before.
this, because obviously I refuse to see this movie. Couldn't pay me to do it. But as far as like the reasoning of as far as Galactus, obviously, again, I don't know anything about this movie. Galactus, how big of a role and what's his motivation?
Not a lot. Yeah, but he's not. There's 2 scenes with him total.
Okay.
Really. There's the scene where they go to talk to him, and then there's a kaiju fight with him. There's a kaiju fight with him, but it's really underwhelming. He literally walks into a couple of buildings, stretches out Mr. Fantastic, and then gets thrown into a portal.
Yeah, but
and then for some reason, and then for some reason, Silver Surfer betrays him at the end. They don't ever there's no like
it's because of Johnny.
conflict shown. Yeah, but she just runs off and then comes back and does it.
Yeah, but that is
like, there's no reason. Like she doesn't.
You guys are taking away what Johnny Storm did in that movie.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
he got
I just said what he did, and I think it's stupid. It makes fucking sense.
Why is
Johnny
it stupid? They finally gave Johnny Storm depth, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, they didn't. They took away his fucking character. Not once did I
didn't.
see him with a girl. Not once did I see him being a fucking daredevil. All the things that make Johnny Storm Johnny Storm, they told us and never showed us. Not once did they fucking do it. They acted like he cares about. Now look, no.
Scenes, he's with Shallow Ball, so he's with a girl a lot of the scenes.
Yeah, that's their excuse. That's their excuse. He's supposedly obsessed with this silver bitch.
He is trying to have sex with her. Yeah,
that's the only point in the movie where they convince me that he's not completely gay.
Johnny being
outside of some ADR because we got some ADR in there.
Right. Tom, did you want to see him in an MCU movie?
You know what I saw in the fucking other one? Chris Evans had a fucking woman on his arm in every other scene.
Great. But I still don't understand though, as far as Galactus is concerned. So, all right, is Galactus the main like villain in this shit?
Yeah,
like,
he's the main.
Okay.
He's the main.
He's the main villain.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so what's the? So is he trying to like eat Earth?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
He wants to consume Franklin Richards more than Earth.
He wants
to pass on his hunger to him.
The thing for me with this movie
that
is
sounds.
the fact
I ain't gonna
that
lie
it
to
was
you. That's fucking stupid.
But Franklin and him, hold on, Rhino, because I know what I'm talking about here. Franklin and him are some weird cosmic beings that I don't know if this is newer lore or not, but like Franklin and Galactus. So Galactus was born from a previous universe. And then like the final people of whatever that universe was, they all combined to become Galactus.
That's Galactus.
And Franklin, when this universe dies, will still be alive and will combine with Galactus for the new universe.
Yeah, he'll become the next Galactus, but it's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
He wants to base Galactus is clearly in this movie. He's
that
tired.
is
he doesn't want to be Galactus anymore. So he's trying to get Franklin to free him of it. That's the whole point of the movie. And then they obviously refused to give him Galactus.
Yeah, but initially he was going to take Earth anyway.
That was why he was so obsessed with.
And then the thing about saying that Johnny's apparently pointless, like I remember at the beginning of the movie, they literally say they sent 4 astronauts to space, the greatest minds of their world. One of them is Johnny Storm. He's not just some,
talk
like,
about
retard
nepotism
kid.
is shit. Yeah, that's the problem.
What the Fantastic
We're
Four
supposed to
are.
believe.
You
Yeah,
can't
he
complain
says
about
that.
it.
It just so happens that the smartest people in the world I know are my
God,
brother-in-law,
that's
my wife, and my best friend.
You're
Fucking
arguing with
astronaut.
the
What are you
comic book
talking
that
about?
has existed
It's
for
not like
decades.
he's an idiot.
We can't change that. That's what the comic book has said for decades.
Hang on.
Shit, even
Johnny
at least
Storm,
the fucking Corman one made him a
very
goddamn
fact that Johnny
pilot.
Storm is able to be an astronaut.
I want to
dictates
point
the fact
out
that he's obviously above average to most people.
Hang
Not
on, I
anyone
wanna
can just
point
be
out
an
something.
They didn't
astronaut.
show us
I wanna
that
point out
prior to
something.
that.
That is true.
Cool.
Why is it in the comics that I'm not a huge Fantastic Four guy? Why was Johnny Storm allowed to go up there? What is his qualification?
I have said that for years. He has zero qualifications.
He's just there for
at
nepotism.
At least in the Corman version, they made him a fucking pilot. He was a fucking
Yeah, but
pilot.
Ben's the pilot.
I know, and they have a little argument about it because he's the one that's assigned, but Ben is the one that paid. Not Pedro. Jesus, I almost called him that. Reed wants to have as his pilot instead.
Look, at the end of the day, the
but
world
that's a
gets
whole
saved
other.
'cause
But at
Johnny
least that gives him
Storm
a reason for being
codes
there.
the languages
of the
and talks to
day-
Shala Ball and convinces her to help them. So he
No,
saves the day.
I disagree with that too, Endymion. Like, I
Yeah, but
think that- Hang
her
on.
convincing
I
scene sucks ass because she just screams, flies off, and then comes back
I
at
don't
the
know. I was
end.
talking at once. No idea.
the last scene of this movie is well, not the last scene, but the last fight between all of them and Galactus. Well, it's not really all of them and Galactus, is it? It's Sue Storm and Galactus, and then Silver Surfer comes in and finishes it off.
It is the
females
Johnny.
of
Yeah,
the
but it
fucking-
comes at a cost.
They
though,
never
well,
beat
originally, anyway,
Galactus,
'cause-
dude. All they did was trap him. They didn't.
They basically
don't-
did
they-
the same
they-
thing
they-
to him
I
that
know.
Superman did to Ultraman, is what they
There were
did.
2 women that came in, and I know that it's being referred to as the Rose Tico moment. And yes, there is elements of that in regards to knocking Johnny Storm out the way and not letting him be the hero, and Shala Ball coming in and finishing it off. But in all of it, the team, we never really saw all of them use their powers. We never. I will say it is an
Yeah, they do.
underwhelming final fight. Very fucking underwhelming.
The whole point of the final fight
Yeah, I'll give you that.
is that they have
the whole
limited
final
resources
fight
at
was
that point.
shit, man.
It was stupid. Okay, first
Think
of all,
the
it's a
cool
dumb
things.
idea.
No, wait, hold on, Tom, real quick. So Reed Richards, this is a huge complaint I have for this movie. Reed Richards and his power display in this movie sucks ass. All he does is swing around like Spider-Man. How shameful is it that Netflix, for half the money, did a better job showing someone with stretch powers in One Piece than a CU movie?
Yeah, but no one.
He
really
did nothing
looked at
but
Reed
swing
as his
around.
superpower being
Why
his
wasn't
He did
he?
more shit in the other
Why
movies.
didn't he
Weapon has always been
expand?
his mind.
Why didn't he expand into a giant net and catch a punch from Galactus or something?
Oh, and
There's
the
a
fact
lot of
that
shit
hang on, and I want
Make
to
a
talk about-
gigantic fist and punch him like
I
he didn't do
wanna
any
talk
of that
about-
shit.
Slingshot Ben
also
into
talk about the
Galactus.
moment where he
Galactus.
was being stretched, where Mr. Fantastic was being stretched. That was so pathetic to me. The fact that he's there, he should be able to stretch way
And I don't,
longer than
Damien,
that.
I don't give a shit that his mind was displayed. He's got fucking stretching powers, and it's a superhero movie. I want to see him fight and throw giant punches and shit. That's what you're supposed to do in a comic book movie.
All of them to take out Galactus.
What
if I wanted to watch an intellectual hero, I'd just go watch Interstellar or something.
The only thing that makes this better than Superman is the fact that the structure of the plot was actually easier and better to
but Superman is much more fun to watch.
Exactly.
Superman is funner to watch. It's a better time. I had more fun watching that movie. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I had the entire time I was watching Superman, I never felt bored. In this movie, there were times that I started to almost kind of feel bored, and towards the end of the movie, I was ready for the movie to be over. It actually ended at the perfect time, but you can tell they really trimmed the fat off of this movie.
But in regards to that Flash,
and I can back that up with the receipts that John Malkovich's character was cut.
There's at least 3 or 4 scenes that are in trailers that are not in this movie already that people have noticed. Look, you may say that it's easier to follow and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it doesn't make it less stupid. At least Superman made a little bit more sense, even with the comic booky elements. Because, like, here's the thing, as a parent that really pissed me off, why in the world did they go straight from the ship to a press conference instead of actually at no point in this entire movie do they ever talk to the president or any dignitaries from any other countries. They just decide everything in this fucking movie.
That's
and then
not
the
true.
dumb shit.
No, they do. They do consult with the world leaders.
When? I don't remember seeing it, and then when I saw it, and I didn't take a piss.
The whole scene where they build the bridges, Tom.
Okay, that's my next point after I'm done with this, because this is as a parent to piss me off. Forget that part for a second anyway. Because as a parent, this is what pisses me off. Because they asked, did you defeat Galactus? No, he didn't. Why not? He wanted something and the price was too high. Well, what was the price? By our child. At that point, you don't tell us anything of that shit. In fact, don't tell anybody that stuff. Why? Because Galactus was coming anyway. Them telling... Why are you freaking out? Because it's so stupid. As a parent, why would you do that?
Let him know.
You literally just made a martyr out of your child to the whole world for no good reason. Galactus was already coming, no matter what. He was coming to the planet. They didn't have to say a word. Instead, they turned the whole world against them, and then all of a sudden, Sue does one little speech, and everybody's on their side again. This movie.
Yes.
Get up its goddamn ass, and we're gonna move the whole planet. In 36 hours, they construct things all over the goddamn planet and conserve all this fucking energy for the Silver Surfer to come in and destroy it in 2 fucking seconds. And then they get the idea that they should have gotten in the first place. This to the other goddamn stupid dimension like they did Ultraman in the this fucking movie. And then they turn around and kill. Let me finish. Then they turn around and kill Sue Storm, just like they did at the end of Rise of the Silver Surfer. And her fucking baby brings her back to fucking life. The most ugly looking CGI baby I've ever seen in my fucking life. And everybody's giving this garbage a fucking pass.
I love it.
Not garbage.
I love it. Absolutely.
This movie up its stupid ass. The Roger Corman movie's better. I said it.
I love it.
And now go to Fantastic Four.
This from the was yelling at me for not talking about Colbert the other day.
Yeah, when it broke, I'm like, there's like breaking news, and I hit up Tom immediately. Like I saw it right as it happened. Tom, talk about us right now.
We already knew.
Hold on a second. We're going to talk about Judge Dredd for 55 minutes first.
Well, that's
Like,
Andre's
dude,
gig,
man.
man. That's his bag, bro. I mean, what can I do? He knows his Judge Dredd shit.
You could have changed the title right away and
I
had
did not care about Colbert.
had that instantly.
Real quick,
Judge Dredd is the worst possible thing that you could ever do to Judge Dredd, I reckon.
Yeah, Taika Waititi shit.
I was going to
That's
say,
trash. Don't want to talk about that.
Fantastic Four related real quick. The other day, somebody posted that there's Fantastic Four skins in Fortnite, and I just laughed my ass off seeing Fantastic Four skins. All right.
Of course. Based on Pedro Pascal.
Now, I've been calling the movie anyway.
Guess what? Fantastic Four, the greatest Marvel movie since the last one.
Oh,
It beats you off and doesn't stop, Flash.
Amazing. Oh my God. Now, Verbal Riot says he hears from regular people that it's good.
Huh.
So I'm
I've
curious
been
about
hearing,
that. I'd like to
I've
hear
been hearing
about that.
some decent things about it. So yeah.
Huh.
I don't know. We heard all the
Does
leaks.
Mr. Fantastic die?
I don't know.
Because I'll go see it 17 times if he
I don't know
does.
any spoilers, but yeah.
Have you heard anything along
I'll
the
show
lines?
up right before he dies. That's all I'm there to see.
I heard Galactus looks amazing.
Have you heard anything along the lines of like it seems like maybe they reshot a few things to change gears to make it less what we think that it's going to be?
I heard they changed the ending, but we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they did some minor changes, but it wasn't like these major changes like people, kept saying it was.
Well, the thing for me is it seems like the guy that plays Johnny Storm came out and said that he's not going to be this, Casanova kind of character or anything like that. But then they come out with this trailer or this little bit where, it's kind of like he was flirting with the Silver Surfer and stuff like this.
And there were funny memes from that. Do you see that meme where it looks like he was eating her vagina and it looked like he's huffing spray paint?
No, I didn't.
That was pretty funny. That was funny.
Because in the Marvel Universe, Johnny Storm would be the first guy.
Johnny Storm is a fucking player.
He would.
I'm just
He's a
wondering
fucking
whether or not
woman's
they've heard
man.
the backlash from it, and they're actually.
Johnny Storm is up there with Matt
made
Murdock
some
as far
changes.
as like being a player.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Storm gets that pussy. Just like
Yeah, he does.
Iceman used to get, and then they said he's gay one day.
Then they made him gay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
I'm
he gets
gay
that
now.
bubble.
Well,
Just
I think
tired
they're
of
gonna
women after the shit out of them for 40 years.
Well, we had that plot leak on Reddit, and all those
dicks.
and all those clips they keep releasing. All they're doing is confirming a lot of that shit. That's the problem. So,
But it just makes me wonder whether or not they did actually shift gears or not to actually make it less like.
I don't think they could really change
No,
too
I heard.
much.
Well, I know. I heard that it was minor changes. It wasn't like they didn't do these major sweeps.
Right.
So it might have been like technical shit. You know what I mean?
So-
To make it look better.
Now, I want to point something out. They've done some damage control for this movie. Now, recently, was it the director of this? I think it was the director said, Pedro Pascal is going to be leading the Avengers because one of the big criticisms, one of the big criticisms is that Sue Storm is the leader, which is undeniable because they changed it in the comics for the movie. Off panel, just like in Fantastic Four #1 2025, like off panel somewhere, Reed
Are
got
we gonna
demoted.
have more leaders than we are going to have Avengers in this movie? Because like everybody's a leader from what they're saying.
Thanks for cutting me off,
they're saying
Tom.
that Pedro's going to lead the Avengers and Doomsday and Secret
Thanks for
Wars
cutting
and
me
shit.
off, Tom.
You're welcome. You've been doing it to me the whole show.
Well, again, it just makes me wonder.
Tom's a big tough guy now.
Yeah, it makes me wonder whether or not they're doing this as damage control because they heard the backlash from people.
What I was going to say is she is going to be the leader for sure in the comics now. On panel, she's like, I'm Invisible Woman, leader of the Fantastic Four. So she is now the leader. Reed Richards demoted off panel. So this movie is going to be what it is, but they have to do some damage control. He's actually going to grow now and become the leader. So it's okay that he's a cuck in this movie. In the next movie, he'll be the leader of the Avengers, which makes no sense. Why would
Well, I
they
don't know
make
if
him
it's
the
okay,
leader?
but I mean that's what they're going with.
Why would they make him the leader though? Like nobody knows who the he is.
Yeah, that makes no sense at all.
It's stupid. It sounds like cope.
Also, they already have 2 teams of Avengers already, right? So
Possibly 3, if you look at it.
yeah.
But I thought in the I was just gonna say I thought in the new Avengers they said that the Avengers weren't together anymore, so they were now the Avengers. That was
Well,
kind of
so you're gonna have the new ones, the Avengers, new Avengers, and then the young ones, whatever they're doing with the
Yeah,
kids.
the Young Avengers, the Thunderbolts, and then whoever Anthony
Yeah.
Mackie's team is going to be.
Yeah, and then they'll probably.
Does anybody care?
Nope.
I just want
That's
them to
what I'm
get it over
saying.
with. I just want them to get all of it over with and take a break, and then 8-10 years from now start over. Don't even continue it.
How
That's
now?
what I said.
What do you guys think what do you think the box office is? Now let's just go with domestic because international is wild. What do you think the domestic weekend box office is for this movie?
Ooh, man. This one's harder to predict than Superman.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I have no
Well,
idea.
also
Dude.
harder to say because of the results of Superman.
I'm gonna say 110.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why though, because at least for Superman, he is a worldwide name. Everyone knows who the Superman is, right? Not many people I mean, they know the Fantastic Four, but not really. You know what I mean? Not on a level of like a
Yeah,
Superman.
I don't feel like they're as popular as they used to be.
Yeah, I
'Cause
don't
way
think they
back
are
in the
either.
day, way back in the day, they were definitely like a popular Marvel
Yeah.
brand before the MCU. The thing is, they're definitely putting more marketing into this movie than they have in any movie in a while. Because Little Caesars has it, Fortnite
Yeah.
has it.
Yeah, you know why though? Because
They
need
did a pre-release before Superman did their pre-release, and
Yeah, they
Superman
did.
came out before
Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
they need this movie to hit. They need it.
I
That's
think
the
you see.
problem, is
I
it's
think you see
trailing and everything,
Thunderbolts money on this movie.
I think it'll do a little bit better
They
than
do a little bit better. A
Thunderbolts.
little bit better than Thunderbolts.
But
Not
again,
much.
Like, I think people overestimate the Fantastic Fours. They were a bigger
difference between,
franchise back in the 60s and 70s
Yeah, but
than they were.
Marvel did
Yeah, I agree.
self-inflicted harm on the Fantastic. They did with the X-Men too, because
Well, that was all Ike Perlmutter, yeah.
Yeah, they were salty that Fox had the rights, so they purposely took the Fantastic Four out of the Marvel Comics universe. They did their best to kill the brand, and they did it to X-Men too. But they didn't. X-Men were still around, so they didn't totally Fantastic Four them either. Like the
Well,
X-Men
that just shows
still
you
had
the
a run.
popularity, right? Like,
Fantastic Four had no comic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my point. Well, that was the point, though. Is like, because at least X-Men, he couldn't kill it, right? It was too popular.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four,
Yeah,
on the
there
other
were still
hand,
those comics.
they just 86'd it and only a few people griped, right? Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to say this movie's going to fail, but I don't think it's going to open up nearly as big as Superman did. Because this is the thing, is like, Superman, I get it where everybody's like, oh, it's this, it's that, it's the other. No, you guys got to understand, the reason that Warner Brothers is looking at this as a success is because no superhero movies are opening right now. We haven't had a hit superhero movie since Deadpool and Wolverine, right? So we're over a year out. And then the last one before that would have been Spider-Man. None of these films has performed. Each and every one of the Marvel films has flopped in the last 2 or 3 years, basically. You go all the way back to I think the one that did it the worst would have been Wakanda Forever, because I think that grossed half of what Black Panther did. At that moment, that was when the Marvel Universe broke, and it's never been fixed. And then I maintain the movie that broke it all was actually Multiverse of Madness. Because at that moment, people realized, oh shit, this isn't a sequel to the movie Doctor Strange. This isn't a sequel to Spider-Man. This is a sequel to the TV show I didn't watch.
Yeah.
The hard thing to predict with this is the normie audience.
Yeah.
So the thing is that the normie audience was brought so much into the Marvel universe because of those first 3 phases of the MCU that I feel like they're willing to give sort of Marvel stuff more of a chance than even DC stuff.
I feel the hype for this movie.
I agree with you, but we don't we see it from how we we talk about what they said about Johnny Storm. We've talked about what they said about Sue Storm's going to be the leader of the Fantastic Four. We've talked about how much we hate Pedro Pascal. Normies don't consider those elements at all when it comes to...
The one I will say that, though, Rhino, is a thing with the normies now is Pedro Pascal. That has leaked into the
maybe into the zeitgeist.
Yeah, I was going to say,
yes.
Do you think people are getting fatigued of him?
I think so.
Oh, I think...
well, hold on a second. I think there's evidence of that. Hold on.
I think there's more
Let me
fatigue
see
of,
if the number is here. So, Pedro Pascal is actually in a movie. Pedro Pascal is actually in a movie called Eddington. Yeah, so this movie is actually doing poorly, and it's got a really low budget, $34 million. Probably going to lose money. So this is week 1, $1.8 million, 4 day.
How does A24 afford to stay alive? Like, every one of their movies I see fails, but yet they keep putting out movies.
So I think you kind of have the evidence of Pedro Pascal fatigue here.
Yeah.
Because if he was that big, this should be doing a lot better.
Yeah, the only times you have...
This is Pedro Pascal without the chutes and ladders.
The only time you've had positives in his favor were when he left Narcos, the show, the second part of that show went downhill or whatever, and then the whole thing with Last of Us. But then you can also chalk part of that up as the normie audience had no clue what the hell was coming, right? And a lot of people also were just watching until that moment, and then once that happened, they're like, "Yep, that's it," and they checked out. I don't know if that's so much Pedro Pascal as it is The Last of Us in general, but yeah.
If you look at other MCU actors in the past, though, when they've gone and do other stuff that weren't MCU, like Chris Evans still does pretty decent when he has other movies like Knives Out and stuff like that. You know, I think Pedro. I think people are tired of Pedro. He's becoming like a meme where it's like, oh, they're going to cast this guy, they're going to cast him.
Pedro was okay when he did.
By the way, look at my boy Superman up there.
When
with
Pedro
that
did
only 54% drop, just saying.
Damn. What was your prediction for domestic for Fantastic Four? What was your prediction? You said
I think 110 million.
Yeah, I think somewhere between 80 and 100.
Yeah, for opening weekend.
Yeah.
If that movie does 110 million domestic, that's
I know
not
we
great.
always talk about like when a movie breaks even, like what does it need to make, like budget, like how much is it going to make opening weekend? Like when it comes to something like Fantastic Four,
I think hold on real quick. I think it's 114 million and there's a 60% drop the next week.
Oh man, maybe. But like I just think that there's so much going against Fantastic Four. There's so much going against the MCU right now that man, it wouldn't surprise me if it is sitting somewhere around 80 million domestically. Or even maybe even less.
I got a promotion. There's a new DLC already coming out for Donkey Kong Bonanza. This kind of blew my mind. I can't believe it's coming out already.
Oh no, no.
Wow.
Green Diddy DLC.
That is the most unfortunate.
But you got to
name,
pay
man.
for the baby oil, though. I heard.
That's true. Yeah,
Of course, yeah.
Lotion not included.
They're
No
probably
baby
going
oil.
to change his name.
But there actually is free DLC. Well, not free, but there is DLC for Fantastic Four. In Marvel Rivals, when the movie comes out, they're going to add all the costumes to the game, which I'm conflicted because Mr. Fantastic in that game is amazing to play as, but
Yeah,
I don't think I want to play as Pedro Pascal, so probably won't
Oh,
buy
is it
that.
going to be a Pedro Pascal skin?
Yep.
Well, it's probably.
Did
I mean,
you
it's
see the
gonna be something.
popcorn bucket for Fantastic Four? His butt?
Wait, what?
What?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh
no.
my god! Here, hold on, wait.
Is it real? Is it like
yeah,
legit?
it's real. Here, share my screen.
Why are they trying to gay up the Fantastic Four?
Well, because it's Pedro, obviously.
I'm just waiting for that guy to ask, is this the gayest? Is
Share
this
my
the
screen.
gayest?
Well, they're already
Marvel?
asking him. They're already asking him if he's the daddy, capital D daddy.
Yeah, I know.
Ah,
I hope this is real.
Do you and the thing have a gay relationship?
Oh wait, hold on a second. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Do you guys actually think? Oh, man, don't play this. Why is he gonna play this?
Didn't share my screen.
Why?
He does
Why?
this shit.
Why didn't he share my? He left.
He's got to piss.
And he left. I'm
Truth
gonna
be Stephen
leave.
Colbert.
Because of vaccine.
When he has to pee,
Oh,
he won't. Oh
no.
my
Whoa.
god!
No.
what are we doing
That
here,
can't
folks?
be.
What are we
Look
doing?
at it. Look at that booty.
I don't want to look at it anymore.
Wait. Why is he thick?
That
He's
is.
sick in the back. There's some
Probably
junk
because
in that
they
trunk.
can sell it as like a meme or
Yeah,
something.
Blue Escobar, that's what that is.
God damn it!
What are you doing? Flash?
Why does he have a fatty?
Yeah,
He
he's
got a fat
a.
booty.
That is a gay booty and a half, yo.
Why does he have a goatee like that? What is?
Yeah, that's like a fake ass painted on goatee. What the hell?
He's trying to keep up that big booty Latino stereotype.
And what is he wrapping around that cup?
His hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what he
hand.
beats you off
His
with
hand
and
is-
never stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we show mine though? Mine's a
It
little
puts
graphic.
another-
I don't
it
know.
If it's the
another-
cock
Don't
thing,
you
the
try?
dildo,
No,
we can't show
I
that.
figured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put
I
a dick
figured.
in the popcorn
I
bucket.
saw
I'll
it.
share it in the chat.
I saw it when you posted it and got a kick out of it, but we can't show that one.
All right, I'll share it in the chat. Y'all can go look on your own. There you go.
Tom's trying to show
The one we
penis
can't show on-
dildos on here.
Well, what do you expect that hand is for? It's supposed to beat you off and doesn't stop. This
Wait,
movie
there's-
has high expectations for
There's
me.
a fantastic dildo. Oh yeah,
There's
I
never
wonder
been a
if
movie where
popcorn
I
bucket
get
think it's
beat
funny
off.
though
by
that
it.
there was that new TV spot for the movie, and they're like, "What does Galactus want?" And then they're like, "He wants our son."
Oh, baby,
and then
yeah.
he just like walks away. Like, we're not going to give him our
Groomer.
son. And then the whole planet would be like swarming the
Well,
Baxter building. Like, dude, give him your son.
There might be
If
more
it's just your
content.
son,
There might be more
So
context.
Galactic
There
is
might
a
be more
groomer.
context to it.
He
There might be
wants
more
him
context
because
to it.
Franklin Richards is like OP as dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that, but it's like, think about it from the perspective of being like
Sounds
a
like a
human
creepy
being in
Oh,
that
groomer.
world.
Nux Taku mentioned me. That's cool. I'd love
You'd
to get
probably
him on
wanted
the
to
show.
do that.
Dude,
I
why?
like
did
Yeah,
they
we
give-
all know
Why did
that.
they give him an ass like that?
We know verbal why we know.
Booty. Look
We
at that.
know.
Technically, he
You
could
could see
give
the
himself an
junk on
ass
that.
like that, though.
That
He's Mr. Fantastic. He can
All
like
right.
That is
All
fat.
right,
bend
all
his
right.
skin that way, I guess.
We got 5 on deck, so we got to get this party started. Nolan! For 50. Big one. Nolan says for $50. Woo!
Woot.
Who's
Cheers.
having some drinks? Cheers.
Tom, have a shot.
I am smoking, but I'm almost out, motherfucker.
Oh, that's gay.
Is it legal in
is.
your state?
No.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
Maybe you
man.
shouldn't tell people that you're smoking then.
Dude, I live walking
They really
distance to my
give a
weed
shit
shop.
for
I
like
can do
next
that
to
until we have
nothing.
a dildo.
Ugh.
I think I'll get more trouble for the dildo. You're right.
Wait, does a dildo stretch?
You'll have to find out when you buy it. Verbal. It costs $55.55, and then if you want the hand job bucket, then you got to pay another $35. Plus, you got to
And
pay
beat
for the
you up.
popcorn.
And never stop.
And it,
Don't
yes.
I got to say, man, the
And
greatest...
now Endymion's bringing it up, I'm thinking about it. It's like, yeah, man, Galactus is giving off some major groomer vibes here.
Going
Yeah,
back
I mean, yeah.
real quick, Tom.
The whole planet would be trying to take that kid to Galactus if that's all he wanted.
They wouldn't be able to. He's too powerful.
But they also might want that. Like, this is the thing. Like, there's more context. It's just the trailers, but
I don't
The-
want to
some of the
explain
trailers-
Franklin Richards. The
Yeah,
dude
it's-
is
yeah,
like
I just don't know why Galactus would want the
Uh,
baby. Like,
to
I
be
know
fair-
what his powers
because
are. but, like,
Galactus and Franklin Richards will be at the end of the time of that universe will merge into a new person for the next universe because there's some kind of being, I forget, not a celestial. There's some kind of super powerful beings, and when a universe is reborn, it keeps like some people survive it and then they merge into a new person. Galactus actually like 2 or 3 different people. It's a whole rabbit hole, man.
Yeah, it is.
to be fair, there have been some trailers and some things that they've done that haven't been too bad for this thing.
But Franklin
But like,
Richards,
there's been a lot that has been, and there's been parts in some of those good things that has been bad as well.
yeah,
I mean,
Franklin's
actually,
going to
guys,
kill.
I've been hearing good things about it. So
Franklin's going to kill him at the end of the movie. And from what I hear, it's Sue Storm directing him how to do it. And
With the
he
Silver
wipes him out.
Surfette, yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
just
then
want this movie
Reed
to
and
be
everybody else is
like-
kind of like in the background, like,
I want this movie to be as divisive as Superman, though, so we can
you know
have
what? Though?
another
It might
debate.
be
I
right.
doubt
because
it.
I've been hearing good things about it. Not from the Shields, but from actual people who.
I'm
who
just
have
so biased because it's Pedro Pascal. I hate that guy so much. That
Yeah,
He
we
does
were-
have a
we were-
fatty.
we were talking about
talking
this
about it.
before
That's
the
right.
stream
Ask
started.
Pedro and
I
down
don't
to
even
be
know if I could, without
Fairly
bias,
review it.
review that movie because I hate Pedro Pascal.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
So
I
even
I can overlook an actor, but I mean that movie has to be really.
I
Pedro
usually
Pascal,
can
that's
too.
I can- yeah.
to an extent, but
Well, I
Pedro is
would-
really hard because that motherfucker is
I
so annoying.
I would overlook it if they had gone with Pedro's original idea and him taking on like an accent of a different man, but they just told him, just be Pedro, just be yourself, use your own accent. Because originally he wanted to go with like a more like Americanized accent and not like his own. But no, they were just like, nah, just do you.
But we'll get into Fantastic
that's-
Four. I
yeah.
have I got a bunch of stuff
I'm gonna
to pull up
I'm
for
just
that.
gonna bookmark the booty. I'll
booty
read it in the
bucket.
video later.
We know why you're
Dirty
bookmarking
bucket.
that booty.
No, it's
And
for
then
video. It's for a video
Mhm.
later.
That's what I
Yeah.
said.
Hey,
too.
shit.
Hayden Wayne,
and-
75 for $50.
No, seriously, you
Down
can.
here, super chatters.
You just get
Chatters.
cut off by a clip.
Sorry,
He does
Fergal.
it to everybody.
That's true.
I'm
There's
gonna
no
get the- are you gonna get the
discrimination.
booty popcorn bucket to add
But-
to your collection.
Let's be real here. We know why they did it. They did it for the gays.
Yeah,
the gays are
The gays
Marvel's
gays.
only audience anymore.
Is it the female gays or the gays gays?
The gays gays, like I just said, man.
Yeah.
Females want Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Tom Hiddleston. They want
Mel
all them front and
Gibson.
center. Mel Gibson's like
Right off.
90 years old, dude.
I know, I just had
No one's fighting over him anymore.
Over who?
Mel
Mel
Gibson.
Gibson.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. It's like saying Clint Eastwood. Cheers.
Cheers. Hayden Wayne says Flashcast time. Let's go. Cheers.
No.
No, still.
No, really, no, that might be the gayest popcorn bucket I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's pretty
For
gay.
sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Gayer
Thank you,
than
Hayden.
Than the Dune one, yeah, and the Deadpool one.
Well, Dune isn't gay; it's just perverted.
Yeah, it just looks like a puckered butthole. You're right.
That's
Three
a big
more
old
to
ding
go.
on that popcorn bucket. I've never seen anything like that.